What's up guys, and welcome back to another video. Today's video, as you can see in the topic, Faf de Klerk is out of the Springbok squad for the Euro Tour, which is a massive loss. We all know the importance of that, what Faf has brought to South African rugby, especially in the rehabilitation stage, where we have really come from last year being a total disaster and a joke to now improved and getting better and being on a competitive level again. And a lot of that has been courtesy to Faf de Klerk. He's really shown a lot of heart, he's shown a lot of attitude, a lot of passion, a lot of respect for the game, which I've truly enjoyed as a Springbok fan and a rugby fan in general, because he just goes out there giving it his absolute all. Now in 2016 he didn't have the hottest year of rugby. He wasn't the strongest as he peaked out to be, and he obviously missed a few tests in 2017 because of that, but he really has come back with a bang and shown why he is forced to be reckoned with, why he is one of the best scrum halves in the world, and why he is going to be dearly missed against the Springboks. Now for the Rugby Championship, we saw a real strong effort from Faf, as well as in the junior internationals. He really showed a lot of heart and quickness. His passing ability has been precise, direct. The only thing I can fuff on is his box kicking, which improved against the All Blacks in Loftus. I just felt he was kicking it away too much, getting the ball out. But he had reasoning, I suppose, because our defense was so strong. He felt confident enough. But for me, a lot of wasted time and space in those kicks where we could have run. I mean, he's so quick. When he picks up the ball, he could just dodge past and get more meters gained by doing that, by running in himself and passing to his wings out. I'm a big believer in the passing game and running game rather than kicking. So for me, that was his only real weakness. But other than that, he is going to be missed. Now, the reason why he won't be playing in the European Tour is because Sale Sharks have not released him and have made him unavailable for the end of year tour. Now, the first game against England is out of the international window period, as they say. So not majority of the clubs in the UK aren't going to be releasing their players, which is unfortunate because we will miss out on a few. I think Willie Leroux's one, Francois Lowe and a few others. So that will be a big loss. But they will be available in the following week when the international stage opens, which will be good if we can get them back. But Faf will not be chosen because there was a deal made between South African Rugby and Sale Sharks that will allow Faf to stay for the remaining Rugby Championship, but they won't allow him to come in over because they want him for the Sale Sharks. Sort of understandable, but it ticks me off a bit. I really don't like the fact that club rugby can rule over international. If a player gets chosen internationally, me personally, I feel that takes priority over anything else. I know money is a big thing in the European leagues and all that stuff, but the hell with it. Playing international rugby is a dream for a lot of these players, and to block them from that, I know it's South Africa's fault as well. We only allow certain players back, and it's a system I really haven't focused on too much because it pisses me off, excuse my French, but it's just something that needs to be worked on, because we are losing players, or we aren't being able to select players because of this. But yeah, the fact that club rugby can maneuver when they want a player here and there really ticks me off just a little bit. So who to replace Faf de Klerk after him being dropped? Now, I've put on a poll on one of the rugby groups on Facebook. If you haven't followed me there, look me up, Gareth Mason, as well as on Twitter, Gareth R. Mason, as well as Instagram, Gareth R. Mason. Follow me on my social media channels. Links are in the description. Now, I posed a few scrum halves that I thought could match Faf. I started off with Ross Crinier. He plays for the Lions. He's had a little bit of an injury, but seems to be back. Louis Schroeder, he's played a few games for the Boks as well as Ross. Louis plays for the Sharks. We got Ambrose Papier, who plays for the Bulls. We got Devil Duvanacher, who's an old boy key, but has really showed up in the Super Rugby Championship for the Stormers. And then I've got Cobus Reina, who obviously plays for Northampton Saints, if I'm not mistaken. So those are my guys. Now, Cobus will obviously not be available in the first game against England, which is a massive loss. But for me personally, Cobus Reinach is a big loss of a scrum half for South Africans, because I think that man is just brilliant. He's quick, he's nippy, he's a great passer of the ball, he's a great runner of the ball. He does kick a bit too, but not as much. And I think it's unfortunate that we lost him to play overseas. I know he says he went overseas so he can have more of an opportunity to play for the Springboks. I really think it's more of an opportunity to get a bit more money in. But it's unfortunate that we're losing players. South Africans have been really blessed with amazing scrum halves. I mean, who can forget the late, great, my Springbok era, Joost van der Westhuizen. We've had Ricky January, we've had Farida Priya, and one scrum half that I rate more than any of those guys, obviously Farida Priya is brilliant, World Cup winner, was Cyril Pretorius. This guy was a genius. For the Cheetahs, he was Super Rugby Player of the Year, I think 2 or 3 times in a row in South African Conference. He stood out. He was just a genius with the ball. He went overseas, played great rugby there. He's now playing for the Southern Kings, but unfortunately he's injured. But he was a massive loss for Springbok Rugby. I know Farida Priya Senior, but I would have had Cyril as backup rather than Charles McLeod. I did not rate him at all, and he played for the Sharks, which is who I support. It just frustrates me because Cyril could have gone to the World Cup, but they've picked Rudy Page instead. And I just think we missed out on a massive opportunity of having a player like that with so much experience, so much skill, so much talent. He could have really taken the Springboks to another level, I believe. I might be the only one who believes that, but if I could, I would even bring Cyril Pretorius now, but unfortunately he's not available until the end of November because he went through knee surgery, so he's out, unfortunately. But for me, I would, if we can, go for Cobus Reinach. I think he's good, he's brilliant, and he's, as I said, he's fantastic at the position. The poll says majority for Cobus Reinach as well, so fingers crossed he is allowed back in. He wants to play for the Springboks. I've read articles saying he wants to play, and I really hope he gets an opportunity. I think it'll be amazing. And then I would also take Papier as well. He's been on the bench for so long. Let's build him up. He is young. Let's build him up, grow him up, put him into the lineup so he can have a go. Now, the problem that South African rugby has at the moment is that we've played Faf majority. I think he missed 7 minutes of the championship on the bench. So that was huge loss, because now our scrum halves haven't had the experience. Yes, they played Currie Cup rugby and all that stuff, but they haven't had an international period where they've played competitive rugby. 7 minutes for Ambrose is not enough. He needs more. So for me, I would like to see him come up, and I would call Cobus Reinach. Obviously, Ross Cronje is brilliant, as well as Strider, Diewold. Diewold's maybe on the old side for me. I know he's great, don't get me wrong, but I will go with Ambrose and Cobus Reinach overseas. And if I have to pick 3, Ross Cronje as well. I think they are talented. But a big loss, obviously, with not having Faf. He's played well for the Springboks, and he's going to be a huge loss. Hopefully South African Rugby Union can come up to it with an agreement of how to solve this issue, because it needs to be solved. We need Faf back, but until then, obviously, rules are rules, or whatever the rules are. I think they're rubbish. But my replacements for Faf de Klerk is Cobus Reinach or Papier. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Who would you rather have in replace of Faf? Obviously, no one wants to replace Faf, but who would you have in the Springbok squad going over to tour England and Wales, Scotland, is it Italy? One of the other countries. Forgive me if I missed you guys as a sporting nation, but so much to look forward to in the November internationals. They are less than a month away. I cannot wait to see what happens. But yeah, that's going to do it for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to hit that thumbs up button. If you haven't already, make sure you are subscribed to this channel so you can keep up to date with all future uploads. Thanks so much for watching. Give it a subscribe if you haven't already. Give it a like, and I'll see you soon for another video. Stay safe and never give up. Cheers.